All right, everyone, Dr. James here. Let's talk about those legs of yours. For stronger, more resilient legs, especially as we get a little wiser with age, there are three specific vitamins that really shine when it comes to your nightly routine. Now, I know what many of you have been told. Oh, it's just aging. Your legs are supposed to get weaker. Well, with all due respect, that's simply not the whole truth. Often, the real culprit behind that creeping weakness isn't just the calendar, but a hidden deficiency in three vital vitamins. These are nutrients your body absolutely needs to restore leg strength, particularly while you're catching those Z's. And here's the kicker, folks. These nutrients are natural. They're affordable. And frankly, they're not exactly highly profitable for the big pharmaceutical companies. That's likely why you won't see them plastered all over primetime TV or your social media feeds, and why, regrettably, many doctors might not even bring them up. But let me tell you, the scientific evidence is crystal clear. Being short on just one of these vitamins can drastically increase your risk of falling after 60. We're talking triple the risk. It can delay muscle repair by a significant 37%, and even hike up your chances of experiencing those painful leg cramps by 42%. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and reveal these essential vitamins. We'll start with one that, despite being proven to boost leg strength by a remarkable 31%, surprisingly, few seniors are actually optimizing. Now, before we jump into the what, let's spend a moment on the why. You need to understand precisely why taking these vitamins at night can fundamentally change the game for your leg muscles. Most people, understandably, associate muscle building with sweat, grunts, and heavy weights at the gym. But here's the crucial insight. Your muscles, the true architects of your strength, primarily rebuild themselves while you're sound asleep. Specifically, between the hours of 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., your body orchestrates its peak release of growth hormone. This isn't just a feel-good hormone. It's the master repairman responsible for patching up and strengthening those muscle fibers in your legs, your thighs, your calves. During deep sleep, blood flow to your muscles can surge by up to 50%. This increased circulation is like a dedicated delivery service, bringing all the essential nutrients and building blocks your leg muscles desperately need to recover from the day's demands and grow back stronger. But here's where the problem arises. If those specific nutrients aren't present in your system before you head to bed, your body simply can't complete that vital repair process. Your muscles, in essence, break down faster than they can rebuild. Think of it this way. Imagine you're a diligent construction worker ready to rebuild a house at night, but someone forgot to deliver the lumber, the nails, and the cement. You're there, ready to work, but without the materials, absolutely nothing gets built. That, my friends, is exactly what can happen to your leg muscles every single night when these three crucial vitamins are missing. Your body is trying its best to repair your muscles, but without the right supplies, the job never quite gets finished. Research published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology highlights this beautifully, showing that seniors who prioritize and optimize their nighttime nutrition experience a whopping 41% better muscle protein synthesis compared to those who don't. That translates directly to stronger legs, improved balance, and, ultimately, more independence. So, yes, the timing of these nutrients matters just as much as the vitamins themselves. Taking them in the morning or afternoon simply won't give you the same profound results. All right, let's get down to brass tacks. Let me show you exactly which 3 vitamins make this overnight muscle rebuilding possible. And definitely stick around, because vitamin number 3 is the one almost nobody talks about, yet it might just be the most powerful of all. Starting with vitamin number 1, vitamin D3. The first vitamin your legs absolutely crave every night is vitamin D3. And I want to be specific here. It's not just any vitamin D, but specifically the D3 form. Now you might be thinking, Dr. James, I get plenty of sunshine. I'm good on vitamin D. And bless your optimistic heart. But here's what the research actually reveals. After the age of 60, your skin becomes about 50% less efficient at producing vitamin D, even if you spend a good chunk of time outdoors soaking up those rays. So, that lovely sunshine, your body isn't quite as good at converting it into D3 as it once was. Vitamin D3 is absolutely critical for leg muscle strength because it doesn't just hang around. It directly activates the genes responsible for building muscle protein. Without adequate D3, your muscle cells simply can't properly respond to the signals that tell them to grow and repair. It's like having a fantastic recipe, but missing the key ingredient. The meal just won't come together. A groundbreaking study, published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society, followed a substantial group of 4,100 adults over 60 for 3 years. The findings were stark. Those with optimal vitamin D3 levels maintained a remarkable 27% more leg muscle mass compared to their peers who were deficient. But it gets even more specific and fascinating. Vitamin D3 works directly on what scientists refer to as type 2 muscle fibers. These are your fast twitch fibers, the ones in your legs that give you that sudden burst of power to stand up from a chair, climb stairs efficiently, or, perhaps most critically, catch yourself if you stumble. And unfortunately, after the age of 50, we naturally start to lose these type 2 fibers faster than any other muscle. All right, let's talk about something incredibly vital for your leg strength and overall mobility: certain key nutrients. As Dr. James, I've seen countless patients struggle with leg weakness and balance issues, and often the underlying culprit can be traced back to some very specific nutritional deficiencies. First up, let's shine a light on vitamin D3. This isn't just any vitamin. It's one of the only nutrients scientifically proven to not only slow the natural loss of muscle fibers, but also actively help rebuild these critical tissues. Now, why is taking D3 before bed so incredibly powerful? Well, it's all about timing. When you ingest vitamin D3 in the evening, it's circulating in your system precisely when your body enters those peak muscle repair hours as you sleep. It's like giving your body the blueprints and materials just when the construction crew is ready to work, immediately activating those crucial muscle-building genes. A fascinating study from the University of Birmingham really highlighted this, showing that seniors who took their vitamin D3 at night experienced a remarkable 31% greater improvement in leg strength over a 12-week period compared to those who took it in the morning. Now let's get serious for a moment and consider what happens when your body isn't getting enough D3. Naturally, your legs become weaker, but the real danger lies in the domino effect on your balance and coordination. Low vitamin D3 levels significantly impair the nerve-muscle connection in your legs. What this means, practically speaking, is that the signals from your brain take longer to reach your leg muscles. That split-second delay might not sound like much, but it can be the critical difference between catching yourself and taking a nasty fall. In fact, studies demonstrate that vitamin D deficiency can increase the risk of falls by up to 300% in older adults. That's a staggering figure we cannot ignore. You might also notice a persistent feeling of heaviness or fatigue in your legs. That's because without adequate D3, your leg muscles simply can't efficiently utilize the energy stored in your cells. It's akin to trying to run a high-performance car on subpar fuel. You just won't get the optimal output. And for many seniors, unexplained leg pain and weakness that doctors struggle to diagnose can often be traced back to a severe vitamin D3 deficiency, simply masquerading as something more serious. So, what's the sweet spot for D3 to effectively rebuild leg muscle at night? Most experts, myself included, recommend somewhere between 2,000 and 4,000 international units, IU, taken right before bed. But here's a critical distinction. You absolutely need to be taking vitamin D3, not D2. The D3 form is vastly more effective at raising your blood levels and ensuring that it actually reaches your muscle tissue where it's needed most. And here's a little pro tip. Look for a supplement that combines D3 with a small amount of healthy fat, like MCT oil. Since vitamin D3 is fat-soluble, pairing it with fats significantly enhances its absorption into your system. One important note, especially if you've been deficient for an extended period, it can take 8 to 12 weeks to fully restore your vitamin D levels. Don't expect miracles overnight, but many seniors do report feeling noticeably more stable on their legs and experiencing an energy boost within just 4 to 6 weeks. As always, and this is crucial, please consult with your doctor before starting any new supplement regimen, especially if you're currently on other medications. Vitamin D3 can interact with certain heart and blood pressure medications, and we want to ensure everything is safe and beneficial for you. Now, while vitamin D3 is absolutely foundational, it can't shoulder the entire burden of rebuilding your leg muscles on its own. It needs a powerful partner, and the second vitamin in this dynamic duo might just surprise you. That brings us to vitamin number 2, magnesium glycinate. Yes, the second vital nutrient your legs need every single night is magnesium, and specifically the glycinate form. You've undoubtedly heard about magnesium before. Perhaps it was recommended for better sleep or to alleviate muscle cramps. But what nearly everyone overlooks is just how profoundly critical magnesium is for actually rebuilding the muscle tissue in your legs while you're catching those Z's. Let me break down what magnesium does for your leg muscles. First off, it's a true workhorse, regulating over 300 enzymatic reactions throughout your body. And here's the kicker. At least 27 of those reactions are directly involved in muscle protein synthesis. That's the intricate process of creating brand new muscle fibers to replace the old, damaged ones. Without sufficient magnesium, your body simply cannot complete the necessary chemical reactions to build muscle. It's like attempting to bake a loaf of bread without any yeast. You can have all the right ingredients, but nothing is going to rise or form. Secondly, and this is absolutely vital for understanding those dreaded leg cramps and muscle tension, magnesium meticulously controls the flow of calcium in and out of your muscle cells. When you don't have enough magnesium, calcium can flood into your leg muscle cells and, crucially, get stuck there. This trapped calcium causes your muscles to contract and stay contracted. And what does that feel like? That's right, a cramp. That agonizing seize-up in your calves in the middle of the night? That's often a cry for magnesium. Magnesium is the hero that allows your muscles to relax and release that excess trapped calcium. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition powerfully illustrated this, finding that seniors with optimal magnesium levels experienced 42% fewer nighttime leg cramps and enjoyed 29% better overall leg muscle function compared to those who were magnesium deficient. All right, let's talk about why your leg muscles might not be performing at their best and how we can turn that around. We often find that many individuals are deficient in key nutrients, and magnesium is a big one. But let me tell you, there's something truly special about nighttime magnesium. When you take magnesium glycinate before bed, it's not just a simple muscle relaxant to help you drift off. Oh no, it's working hard all night long, diligently supporting every single phase of muscle repair. You see, during deep sleep, your leg muscles naturally go through cycles of relaxation and tiny, almost imperceptible microcontractions. This is perfectly normal. It's part of the essential repair process. However, if you're not getting enough magnesium, those little microcontractions can escalate into full-blown spasms that jolt you awake, or, at the very least, prevent you from achieving that truly deep, restorative sleep you desperately need. The problem? Poor sleep equals poor muscle repair. And poor muscle repair, my friends, leads to weaker legs. It's a rather nasty, vicious cycle. But magnesium glycinate is the hero that breaks it. Now you might be thinking, Dr. James, why do you keep emphasizing magnesium glycinate? Isn't all magnesium the same? That's an excellent question, and it matters significantly. There are several forms of magnesium out there: magnesium oxide, citrate, sulfate, and glycinate, to name a few. Most of the readily available drugstore supplements tend to use magnesium oxide because, let's be frank, it's cheap. But here's the kicker. Your body absorbs less than 4% of magnesium oxide. Magnesium glycinate, on the other hand, boasts an absorption rate of nearly 90%. Plus, and this is a huge benefit for many, the glycinate form doesn't cause the digestive upset that often accompanies other magnesium supplements. So, what happens when your leg muscles don't get sufficient magnesium? First, you'll likely start noticing persistent muscle tightness. We're talking about your calves, your thighs, even your feet feeling stiff and uncomfortable, especially as the day winds down into evening. You might find yourself struggling to stretch, or feeling like your muscles never quite fully relax. Second, muscle recovery after any activity takes much, much longer. A simple walk that used to leave you feeling pleasantly tired now leaves your legs aching for 2 days. And third, you become far more prone to muscle strains and tears. Without adequate magnesium, your muscle fibers can become brittle, unable to handle the normal stresses of daily movement. Even something as routine as stepping off a curb could potentially cause an injury. It's a concerning reality, with studies estimating that a staggering 70% of Americans over the age of 60 are magnesium deficient. That's 7 out of every 10 seniors walking around with legs weaker than they should be, all because of a simple, fixable deficiency. So, by now you understand the importance of vitamin D3 for signaling muscle growth, and magnesium glycinate for muscle repair and relaxation. But there's one more vitamin that truly ties everything together, and this one, my friends, is the real game changer. Let me introduce you to vitamin number 3, the star, vitamin K2. I'm willing to bet you've probably never heard of vitamin K2 in relation to leg muscle strength. Honestly, most doctors haven't either, but the research on this particular nutrient is absolutely stunning. It offers a profound explanation for why some seniors maintain remarkably strong legs well into their 80s, while others begin to struggle significantly in their 60s. It's crucial to understand that vitamin K2 is not the same as vitamin K1. Vitamin K1 is what you find in leafy greens, and its primary role is to help your blood clot. Vitamin K2, conversely, is found in fermented foods and certain animal products, and it performs a completely different, yet equally vital, function. Think of vitamin K2 as the director. It literally tells calcium where to go in your body. This, my friends, is the key to everything. Here's what tends to happen as we age. Calcium starts to deposit itself in the wrong places, in your arteries, in your soft tissues, and even inside your muscle cells. Simultaneously, that crucial calcium leaches out of the right places, your bones, and the intricate structures that support optimal muscle function. This phenomenon is aptly named the calcium paradox. You might diligently be taking calcium supplements for bone health, but without vitamin K2 to guide it, that calcium could inadvertently end up weakening your muscles instead of strengthening your bones. Vitamin K2 activates specific proteins that act like tiny little hands, grabbing calcium and shuttling it directly to your bones and teeth, exactly where it belongs. At the same time, K2 actively prevents calcium from accumulating inappropriately in your leg muscles, which would otherwise lead to stiffness, reduced strength, and impaired muscle contraction. A landmark study published in the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research found that seniors who supplemented with vitamin K2 for 12 months experienced an impressive 31% increase in leg muscle strength and a 26% improvement in their physical performance scores. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Vitamin K2 works synergy. All right, so we've already discussed how vitamin D3 is crucial for activating those muscle-building genes. Now let's bring in the unsung hero, vitamin K2. Think of K2 as the chief traffic controller for calcium in your body. It ensures that calcium, which is essential for strong bones and muscles, goes exactly where it's supposed to, and crucially, not where it shouldn't be. Without adequate K2, especially if you're taking higher doses of D3, say 2000 IU or more, you run the risk of D3 pulling too much calcium into your bloodstream. This excess free-floating calcium can lead to some pretty unwelcome guests: calcified arteries and stiff, rigid muscles. K2 is your bodyguard against that. It's the protector, making sure calcium plays nice. Now here's a critical tip. Take your vitamin K2 at night. Why? Because it's during those precious overnight hours, when your body is hard at work repairing muscle fibers, that K2 truly shines. It acts like the quality control manager in a high-tech factory. The factory, your body, can churn out as much product, new muscle cells, as it wants with D3. But without K2 ensuring precision, that product can be, well, defective. K2 makes sure that every single muscle fiber rebuilt overnight is strong, functional, and that calcium is perfectly integrated into the structural components of your muscle cells, rather than just drifting around, causing trouble. So, How do you know if your K2 levels are a bit low? You might start noticing some subtle clues. Perhaps your legs feel unusually stiff in the morning, almost as if your muscles haven't fully relaxed from the day before. Or maybe your legs feel weaker, even though your activity hasn't changed. That's a classic sign of calcium accumulating in the wrong places, like in your muscle tissues. I've also seen many seniors with K2 deficiency develop persistent joint pain, particularly in the knees. The calcium that should be fortifying their bones is instead depositing itself in the soft tissues around their joints, causing discomfort. For optimal results, I recommend a dose of vitamin K2, specifically the MK7 form, between 100 and 200 micrograms per night. And yes, you absolutely want the MK7 form, not MK4. The MK7 form has a much longer half-life, meaning it stays active and on duty in your body throughout the entire night, working its magic. Now, a very important caution, and please listen up. If you are currently taking blood-thinning medications, especially something like warfarin, you must talk to your doctor before adding vitamin K2 to your regimen. K2 can interfere with how these medications work, and we certainly don't want any unintended complications. Always prioritize that conversation with your healthcare provider. So there you have it, the perfect trifecta for leg muscle rejuvenation. Vitamin D3 for signaling those muscle-building commands, magnesium glycinate for repair and deep relaxation, and our star, K2, to precisely direct all that good stuff to exactly the right place. But the big question remains, how do you actually take these powerhouses for maximum impact? It's all about timing, my friends. I recommend taking all 3 vitamins together, approximately 30 to 60 minutes before you hit the hay. This isn't just a random suggestion, it's strategic. This timing ensures they're actively circulating in your system precisely when your body releases crucial growth hormone and kicks off its deep muscle repair processes. Now some folks worry about taking supplements before bed, thinking they might disrupt sleep. But quite the opposite. These 3, especially the magnesium, are actually known to improve sleep quality. So, you're not just rebuilding muscles. You're getting better rest too. Here's my recommended exact protocol, straight from the doc's desk. Vitamin D3. Start with 2,000 IU per night for the first 2 weeks. If you're tolerating it well and not experiencing any side effects, you can then increase to 4,000 doused IU per night. And here's a pro tip for absorption. Look for a D3 supplement that already has added MCT oil, or simply take it with a small handful of nuts. Fat helps D3 get where it needs to go. Magnesium glycinate. Begin with 300 milligrams per night. If after about a week you're tolerating it well, meaning no loose stools, that's our little indicator, you can increase to 400 milligrams. If you do notice any digestive upset, just dial back the dose a little. Vitamin K2, MK7 form. This is 100 to 200 micrograms per night. Remember, K2 and D3 are like Batman and Robin. They work best as a team, so always take them together. In fact, many excellent companies now offer combined D3 and K2 supplements, which can really simplify your routine. Just double-check that the K2 is indeed the MK7 form, and that the dosages align with what I've just outlined. Finally, a few golden rules for success, because consistency and strategy are key. Be consistent. Your muscles need these essential nutrients every single night to repair properly. Missing doses is like missing repair cycles. If you need to, set a reminder on your phone. Your future self will thank you. Be patient. You should start feeling improvements in leg strength and stability within about 4 to 6 weeks. But remember, you're not just patching things up, you're rebuilding muscle. And that takes time. Expect full, noticeable results after 12 weeks or even longer. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither are your super strong legs. Stay hydrated. All 3 of these vitamins perform at their peak when your body is properly hydrated. Aim for at least 6 to 8 glasses of water throughout your day. Move those muscles. These vitamins work best when combined with some form of resistance activity. You don't need to lift a car, but engaging your leg muscles helps direct these nutrients to where they're needed most for growth and repair. All right, folks, Dr. James here, and let's cut straight to the chase about those magnificent leg muscles of yours. Forget about bench press in a car, my friends. We're talking about signaling your muscles to grow, and you can achieve that with simple body weight exercises like chair squats, calf raises, or even just walking with a light resistance band. It's about sending the right message, not lifting the heaviest load. And here's where our nighttime trio of vitamins comes in. They're the essential building blocks, the materials, if you will, that make this growth and repair truly happen. Now, before we get too excited and run off to the pharmacy, let me hit you with a critical piece of advice, almost a friendly warning from your doc. Please, don't be tempted to skip one of these or take them inconsistently. Think of them like a finely tuned orchestra. They play together as a system. D3 without K2? That's like having a lead singer without a band. It can actually cause more problems than it solves. Magnesium without D3? Your muscles simply won't get the rebuild memo. No, my friends, you need all 3 working in concert every single night. So, let's quickly recap what we've unpacked today, shall we? Your amazing leg muscles, those silent workhorses, are actually doing their best work of rebuilding while you're dreaming. But, and this is a big but, they can only do it effectively if they're supplied with the correct nutrients during those precious overnight repair hours. First up, vitamin D3. Think of D3 as the master switch, or perhaps the head coach, activating the genes that literally tell your muscles to grow and rebuild. Without it, your muscle cells are essentially deaf to those crucial growth signals, and unfortunately, your legs can end up getting weaker over time. Then we have magnesium glycinate. This little gem is your muscle's best friend for relaxation, repair, and enabling those natural contraction cycles that are so vital for rebuilding. Skimp on magnesium, and you'll know it. Those nagging cramps, stiffness, and just a general inability for your legs to properly recover. No fun at all. And finally, let's talk about the absolute game changer, vitamin K2. K2 is the intelligent traffic cop of your body, expertly directing calcium to where it should be, your bones, and crucially, away from your muscles and arteries. It's the ultimate quality control, making sure that all the fantastic work D3 and magnesium are doing genuinely makes your legs stronger rather than inadvertently causing issues elsewhere. It's about precision. When these 3 powerhouses, D3, magnesium, and K2, come together, they create the absolute perfect environment for your legs to not just rebuild, but truly strengthen overnight. And this isn't just theory. The research is compelling. Studies show that seniors who consistently optimize these key nutrients experience some pretty remarkable benefits. Up to 31% greater leg strength, a whopping 42% fewer cramps, and significantly improved balance and mobility. Those are numbers that speak volumes. So if you've been grappling with weak legs, that frustrating poor balance, or simply legs that feel perpetually tired, this trio of vitamins could genuinely be a game changer for you. My advice? Start tonight. Take your vitamin D3, magnesium glycinate, and vitamin K2 together, ideally 30 to 60 minutes before you hit the hay. Give your incredible body the precise materials it needs to rebuild and rejuvenate those leg muscles while you enjoy a good night's sleep. Think about it. Your legs have faithfully carried you through decades of life. Isn't it time we give them the optimal support they deserve, ensuring they can continue to carry you confidently through many more wonderful years ahead? Start tonight, my friends, and I genuinely believe you'll be amazed by the noticeable difference in your strength and vitality in the weeks and months to come.